The defining technologies of the 21st century run on one thing: electrons, EVs, drones, smart grids, and AI. This is the electric stack. For decades, the West held the keys to the world's energy through oil. But as we enter 2026, a massive divergence has become impossible to ignore. While Washington and Brussels are building walls of tariffs and looking backward at the Petrostate era, Beijing is offering the future at knockoff prices. From the jungles of Indonesia to the deserts of Saudi Arabia, a new world order is being built, not with soldiers, but with charging stations. Today, we're looking at how China became the world's first electro-state and why the global South is choosing them over the West. In 2026, China's domestic market reached a tipping point, with over 60% of new cars sold in China now being electric or hybrid. The domestic market is saturated. But for giants like BYD and Xiaomi, this isn't a crisis. It's a launch pad. They've mastered what economists call the full technology stack. They don't just sell you an electric car. They sell you the lithium mine in South America, the battery factory in Hungary, the solar farm in Zimbabwe, and the 5G grid that manages it all. When a developing nation looks to modernize today, they face a choice. They can buy 20th century energy from the West, which often comes with high prices and political strings, or they can buy a 21st century infrastructure package from China that is ready to plug in today. Take a look at Nairobi. For years, the streets were dominated by second-hand Japanese combustion engines. But in 2026, the vibe is changing. Local startups, backed by Chinese tech, are now building Kenya's first locally manufactured EVs. By tapping into China's overcapacity, African nations are bypassing the gasoline phase of development entirely. It's a win-win for Beijing. They offload their excess inventory, and in return, they secure long-term influence over the continent's energy grid. In South Africa alone, 6 new Chinese vehicle brands are slated to launch this year. This isn't just trade. It's a total rewiring of how a continent moves. The West is terrified. In 2025, we saw record-breaking tariffs from the US and Europe aimed at stopping the flood of cheap Chinese EVs. But here's the problem. Those walls only work at home. In the global South, places like Brazil, Thailand, and Egypt, there are no such walls. In fact, these countries are rolling out the red carpet. They want the jobs, they want the tech, and they want the lower energy costs. By locking the West out electric stack, China is effectively creating a two-tier global economy. One side is expensive, protected, and struggling to transition. The other side is fast, cheap, and powered by Chinese electrons. But this isn't charity. There's a catch. When a country builds its entire energy and transport system on Chinese software and hardware, they cede a piece of their strategic autonomy. If your 5G grid, your power distribution, and your national fleet all run on Chinese servers, what happens if interests diverge? In 2026, the question isn't just about debt traps anymore. It's about systemic dependency. Countries like Indonesia and Brazil are trying to fight back by demanding tech transfers, forcing Chinese companies to build factories locally and share their secrets. It's a high-stakes poker game where the prize is the future of the 21st century economy. The electric stack isn't just about cars. It's about who gets to define the standards of the new world. As we watch this play out in 2026, one thing is clear. The map of global power is being redrawn one charging station at a time. But what do you think? Is the global South making a smart bet on the future? Or are they trading one master for another? Let's talk about it in the comments. I'm Glenn, and this is World Citizen POV. Thanks for watching. See you in the next report.